the Big West. Megan Norris and Lana Wenger are tipping it off in center court, and the tip is won by Portland State. Here we go. Aggies and Vikings. For the Vikings, this is their first game of the year. And here they go on offense. They are a relentless offensive team, and the Aggies force a turnover right off the bat. A pass thrown into the Aggie bench, and a nice start to the game for UC Davis. Turner with it. Of course, the Aggies have the two all Big West performers, Turner and Sable, that set the tone on offense. Here's Mozzie Harris with the ball. And again, they're getting a look at that zone that Portland State plays, and they turn it over right off the bat.
You can see how much they're moving in the zone, and I think as a passer, you need to make those pass fakes, get them moving more so you can pass it across court. That one was just tough. Mozzie was looking straight at that pass.
And Rima Ogele is the one that gets the lay-in, and Portland State draws first blood. Yeah, probably can take a possession or two to get used to playing against this zone. Kick out Turner for three, and Sable with an offensive rebound. You are less susceptible to offensive rebounds when you play a zone, and the Aggies were a good rebounding team last year. Nice play, Kayla.
Thank you.
Back in the game.
The ball speaks to me.
What's it saying?
You did a good job retiring.
Wow.
Your body is not made for basketball.
You play basketball as long as you do. You learn to speak basketball.
Exactly.
So turnover number 2 for UC Davis on 2 possessions facing this zone. Alea Fitzgerald has it. Now Ogele mishandles it. And there's a turnover the other way. UC Davis, again, coming off the 101 or 102-52 win against Academy of Art on Monday night. But this is their first game against a Division I opponent this year. Megan Norris, the reigning freshman of the year in the Big West, has nowhere to go, and that's another turnover. This time Norris shuffles her feet, and so 3 possessions and 3 turnovers. So early, Kayla, already the zone giving the Aggies some fits.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's not what you want to see, 3 turnovers, but once you see it, you just got to adjust, and I feel like right now they're still a little, not spooked by it, but they're still trying to adjust to it. Good turnover, or good steal there.
Yeah, Evan Turner takes it away, and this is what the Aggies want to do a lot of this year, get out in the open floor, and Burns punctuates it with a lay-in. That's something Jen Gross talked to us about prior to the season, is that she wants Evan Turner to be a ball handler in transition as Ogele finishes, and Sydney Burns to be a scorer. And that was perfection right there, Turner to Burns, to get the Aggies on the board. Sable maneuvering on Ogele and blocked by Ogele out of bounds. Tova Sable last year just emerged as one of the best scorers in the Big West. Now in her second season with the Aggies, the transfer from Penn State. Here's the block by Ogele, got it clean. Just underway here at University Credit Union Center. Second game for the Aggies, first for Portland State, and almost another turnover. It'll stay here, a held ball's called. But that was almost turnover number 4 for UC Davis in the early going.
I think going back to what I said in the beginning, you don't want to rush anything or force anything. And right now I feel like there's a little too much dribbling going on right now. Just we need some more passes around the arc and also in and out. That will get the defense moving.
Here's Norris. She takes it inside, going up off the window and finishes. Did it take you a couple possessions to get used to playing against the zone, Kayla?
It did. Probably too many, but you live and you learn. And I think that's just the tough part of it. You want to get it on that second try, but you just got to keep working at it. And I think one of the most successful things was running that baseline, having someone a baseline runner, especially when they have that 3-2 zone that's really pressured up high.
They got another steal, does Portland State. Alea Fitzgerald with the steal. one of their returning starters. We talked about this at the top. Portland State returns a lot of players from last season's team, which made it to the semifinals of the Big Sky tournament. They returned 4 out of the 5 starters from that team. This is one of them, Mia Ohila. And a bounce pass along the end line. Fitzgerald misses a 3, but Ohila beats Burns to the ball and lays it up and in. So Portland State doubling up UC Davis early, 4 minutes in. It was usually the practice players that gave you the zone looks.
Yes.
Kayla, the men's basketball practice players.
Yes. They were, I would say, sometimes out there for their own skills, but, you know, they make you better. I always enjoyed having them out there because they really did pressure the ball, push the ball, and play that zone, and it just gets you better.
Megan Norris with another layup. A lot of women's basketball programs as Ohila finishes nicely, and she might have shouldered Norris in the face. Most women's basketball teams, they use men's basketball players as practice players to help them get ready for every game. Tova Sable at the free throw line. It's almost like she changed her mind in midair whether she wanted to pass the ball or not, but we've got a foul under the basket.
That's important. If you're going to go up, shoot it. Don't have that second thought.
Yeah, that was just an awkward looking jumper. I think Norris ended up being more covered than Tova thought she would be. Sable working the dribble on Fitzgerald, but mishandled it. And now it'll be a held ball. That is a turnover. Arrow gives it back to the Vikings. And obviously, Kayla, always a little precarious when you're dribbling in amongst the chaos of the zone.
Yeah, I think I said that before. Sydney drove in the middle as well, and with Tova doing that, their hands are in there. You just need to get that ball out. And usually you want to drive middle, but right now it doesn't look like that's working, so they need to adjust.
Vikings off to a 10-6 lead. Another ball slipped out of the hands of Ulia, but picked up there by the Vikings. It's Fitzgerald. Her runner is an air ball, and Megan Norris clears it. 4 points for Megan. Nice showing for her to open up the night. Sable misses a 3. Tova had 24 points in the win against Academy of Art, picking up right where she left off a year ago. Uhila, extra pass. Fitzgerald sticks a 3. And the Vikings off to a nice start. They've started the game 6 for 8. And they lead by 7. Almost another steal. Norris able to track it down. Goes up and will head to the line when we come back. It's Portland State 13 and UC Davis 6. 4:06 remaining here in the opening quarter at University Credit Union Center.
University Credit Union has been serving students, employees, and alumni of the university community for more than 70 years. We've got plenty of moves that benefit our members, like the lowest loan rates in the nation guarantee, educational resources, personalized savings and investing advice, and 24/7 online and mobile banking. Plus, our virtual assistant, Royce, is always happy to deliver an assist. University Credit Union, the winning choice. Learn more and join today at ucu.org.
Hey, grab me one too.
Officially, it's a fridge full of beer. Unofficially, it's free AC. Coors Light, the official beer of everything unofficial.
Stimulant use disorder is a disease, not a choice. But getting help is. Make a change by choosing treatment for your meth or cocaine addiction. Find proven treatment options at choosechangeca.org.
Mother Lode Van & Storage is an award-winning moving company and the official mover of UC Davis football. Motherlode is a local, family-owned and operated moving company that is also an agent for North American van lines. With over 65 years of experience and servicing over 200,000 customers, they have an entire fleet of modern trucks, highly trained and professional employees, and a secure warehouse for your storage. Call Motherlode Van and Storage today for all your moving and storage needs, local or long distance.
The Cal Aggie Alumni Association has something for everyone. Pre-game activities, alumni network socials, career programming and services, wine tasting, and travel opportunities. Join our alumni, students, parents, and friends all over the world who are already enjoying VIP access to our many events, programs, and perks. Celebrate your Aggie pride and become a Cal Aggie Alumni Association member today. Go to alumni.ucdavis.edu to learn more.
Good start for the Vikings. They lead UC Davis 13-6, 4:05 remaining here in the opening quarter. And Kayla Evan Turner, obviously one of the best scorers in the country, and she's only taken one shot so far. Aggies just a little discombobulated working against this zone.
Yeah, I don't think that they're passing the ball around a lot, and they need to do that. And I feel like Evan needs to touch the ball a bit more, and as a player who can get the game going and get the other teammates going, for her to just have one shot right now, that can be a little frustrating. So she just needs to stay in the game, and the shots will come to her.
Averaged 15 points a game last year, led the Big West in scoring. Megan Norris off to a good start. She's got 5 points, 2 for 3 from the field. Like I said, the reigning freshman of the year in the Big West. Sophomore from Menlo Park. And she scored 6 of the Aggies' 8 points so far. Burns has the other 2. This is Mia Ohila, the 5'8 junior out of Anchorage, Alaska. Vikings with a remarkable turnaround last year. Again, they made the semifinals of the Big Sky tournament as Morales misses. That's coming off a year where they did not win a game in Big Sky play in 2021. And then they won 8 last season. Mozzie Harris cuts down the lane and finishes.
Great job by Davis there. They just kept going, dribble pass, and that's what they need to do when they're fast-paced and the defense is a little off. That's when they get their best shots.
It's got to be continuous, right?
Right.
Always flowing.
Correct. Good job, Greg.
Thank you. I'm learning things from you, Kayla. We're only 7 minutes into our year, and you're already teaching me so much. Nia Epps on the break. Swatted, I think. Wenger got a hand on that from behind. Nia Epps is exciting to watch, though, on the open floor. Lena Svanholm's checked in, and meanwhile, it's Ogele for the lay-in. She's got 8 points. (15-10) Portland State. Aggies trying to pick the locks of the zone, and Gray's pass goes off the leg of Ogele, recovered by Turner. To Mozzie Harris, who gets a clean look at a 3. And Campbell trying to box out Fitzgerald for the rebound, but Uhila gets to the ball. And we have a moving screen, and Uhila felt the brunt of that.
Even though Mozzie missed that last shot, that's the shot that she's going to make 9 times out of 10. So I feel like that was a great ball movement or a pass fake by Evan and just getting her open, and they just need to continue to do that.
There you go. Look at the moving screen by Uhila. Yeah, Mozzie Harris is somebody Jen Gross highlighted as a player that's improved the most in the offseason. She's a player that really does a lot of the little things right. Right now, the Aggies have the turnover bug. Campbell Gray threw it to Nia Epps, but the problem was Epps wasn't in the spots she thought she would be. And that is already the 6th turnover for UC Davis. Is there any commonality to the turnovers, Kayla, or is it just separate entities, all of them? They just seem a little disjointed?
I would say disjointed, and I think making too long of passes across court, I think we see turnovers there, and then jumping and throwing passes is not always great. It's a good idea, but when you just need a shot right now, it's the simple passes that are going to work.
And Uhila drops in a 3. Uhila last year, she only made 6 threes the entire season. And now it's 18-10 Vikings. They're going to go back door. It wasn't open, but Naeb somehow got to it anyway and couldn't finish it. So even when they're getting a fortuitous bounce, it's not going right for UC Davis. Morales, who's a terrific shooter, misses that three, and Svanholm clears the ball. The thing about Campbell Gray, who just had that turnover, she has a lot of confidence in her passing ability, and she'll try to make difficult passes. Harris missed another one. Svanholm left open. She couldn't fire it in. And Cinco McCartney with the rebound for Portland State. The Vikings have started the night 8 for 13. Uhila, pocket pass. Ogele with the finish. And this is a 20-point quarter for the Vikings, and that will not make the Aggie coaching staff happy with the defense. Aggies again just searching, trying to move this zone around. Turner skips it. Campbell Gray had an open look, passed it up. Svanholm takes it middle with the left hand. Nice little flick by Lena. Again, the 7th-year senior.
Go Lena.
She's the only player in Division I college basketball that's working on a PhD.
And in like pharmaceutical chemistry,
right.
So
not your average
not
PhD.
your average PhD.
Ogele in deep. That'll count at the buzzer. And what a quarter for Portland State and Remo Ogele. The second game of the Twin Bill, UC Davis and Portland State, and what a beginning for the Vikings. They have started at 67%, and the Aggies having trouble finding their offense against this Viking zone. There's good ball movement to locate the shooter. Nia Epps did not call bang, judging by her reaction.
That doesn't matter. It went in. Finally, it went in.
And it deserved to go in based on the ball movement, right?
Exactly. We saw that baseline runner there, how I was talking about before. In and out. That's what you need.
And a turnover. Fitzgerald stepped on the baseline, and the ball will go back to UC Davis. When you say baseline runner, Kayla, who are you talking about specifically? What position specifically, and what's their responsibilities?
Last time it was Mozzie who did it, so I think she's playing the 3-4 right now. So you just want to overload one side, and that's what they did, because they're with them so stretched out, it can be difficult to know who has the runner with them. So when Mozzie did that, it opened it up, because someone had to go out with Mozzie, and then with the ball coming back into Lena, they're focused on her, and that was how, or Nina got, or not Nina, sorry, Naya was open.
You played with a Nina.
I did, my bad.
Nina Besselo. As Aggies turned it over again there, they have now 7 turnovers for the game. Sable called for a foul. Wenger with the layup. All right, on the other side, Kayla, defensively, what's Portland State doing so well? Looks like a lot of ball screen action, a lot of drives.
Yeah, Davis defense, it seems like they're coming over to help way too much, and I think Portland has noticed that, so the pick and roll is going to be there every single time.
Svanholm has it blocked by Wenger. A couple Europeans going at it. Svanholm's from Denmark. Wenger is from Switzerland. Let's see if the Aggies can start defending these ball screen actions better. Mozzie Harris is one of the Aggies' best defenders. She's sticking on top of Alea Fitzgerald, who averaged about 10 points a game last year, and that slipped out of her hands and almost hit one of the Aggies' sports information directors on the scorers table. Both teams infected by the turnover bug early. 6 turnovers for Portland State, 7 for the Aggies as Svanholm will take a seat. Here's Megan Norris. Sable was cutting back door, and then Norris had the ball ripped away before she could throw it to her. I don't know if it was open anyway. And that is turnover number 8 today for the Aggies. Trying to get back in the game. This is Morales, and she was fouled by Sydney Burns. Morales, the preseason Big Sky most valuable player. Last year she was all Big Sky second team. She made 77 three-pointers, number 12 in gray, which was third most in a season, actually fourth most in a season in Portland State history. Morales lost the handle here. Picked up by Sydney Burns. Aggies see if they can get an early look in semi-transition. Turner with a three. That's only the second shot attempt of the night for Turner, and she makes the most of it. It's another way to beat a zone, right? You can get in transition before they can set up.
Yeah, and it seems like they were trying to do that early, but with the turnovers, it can be really tough. So I feel like now that we're in the second quarter, they're a little more calmed down and they know what they need to do.
Yeah, you get a look at it. Sable is called for a body foul, and this will get Lainey Torres Kapayu to the line, the freshman from Hawaii. Torres Kahapeyu, the freshman, as you get a look at the three-pointer by Turner. She was the Gatorade State High School Player of the Year in the state of Hawaii. Played at the prestigious Punahou High School, and this is her collegiate debut. Torres Kahapeha misses the second. And here comes Evan Turner. Aggies trying to chisel into this deficit. Portland State still shooting a blistering 69%. Turner, that's a long one, short. Mozzie Harris, good hustle, but saves it right to Uhila, and she gets fouled in the open court. Sydney Burns just called for a little too much contact on Uhila on the sideline. That's the second on Burns. Norris tips it free. Ogele gets it back. She has just been a monster here in the first half. 14 points for Rima Ogele, the junior from Chicago. Their leading rebounder from a year ago. And Megan Norris responds on the other end. And how about the showing for Megan? 8 points and 3 for 4 from the field.
I feel like 22 on Portland. She's quick, she's crafty, so Megan can't stat you up too early because then she can't move her feet anymore, and that's how she's getting to the basket.
Uhila is going to the free throw line. What do you mean by stat you up?
Stop moving your feet. Just put your hands up. I think with the foul call, I mean, right now Aggies have 5 fouls to Vikings 0 fouls, so they're trying not to foul right now, but you also have to play defense at the same time. So just being smart, hands back. I know that's frustrating as a player. You feel like your hands are up, but anything with the body contact and your hands are coming forward, they're going to call that.
Yeah, Turner, you can tell she thought that was also a travel. Uhila misses the first. So Portland State leads 27-20. Oh for 2, Rhea Shine, who, like Lena Svanholm, also coming back from a serious knee injury in her second game since returning, missed all of last season. There's good ball movement, high-low, but Shine could not hit. And Portland State trying to run it back. They almost turned it over. Mozzie Harris wasn't looking. It ended up hitting her and deflecting right to Alea Fitzgerald.
Portland State is doing a really good job pushing the ball in transition on a missed shot. And that's how they're getting these open shots right now.
And they're crashing the glass hard. It's a 16-point first half for Ogele. And she is 8 for 8 from the field. Rima Ogele. Shine throws it back door, and Norris couldn't hit that one. And a lot of Ogele's shots are just coming right at the rim. Uhila gets to the line, and Kayla, you mentioned it, this is going to be a big storyline for the final 5:09 of the first half. The Aggies are already in the penalty, and so every foul is going to send Portland State to the line for the remainder of the half.
With Portland State's defense, they're not allowing you to drive, so you can't get those fouls, but obviously we see here they're doing that, so I mean that's great game plan on both sides, and Davis just has to capitalize on what they can get in the zone.
Yeah, UC Davis has not drawn a foul against Portland State here in the second quarter. In fact, Portland State has only picked up 3 fouls for the game so far. Ogele will get a well-deserved breather. And Uhila's at the line. They have 2 Gatorade State High School Players of the Year on their team. They have Torres Kahapea, who won it in Hawaii last year, and then Uhila won it in Gatorade in Alaska a couple years ago. Kayla, how close were you winning it in California?
Greg, why do you always set me
I was
up
just
like
asking.
this? Oh my gosh.
There's a lot of great players in California.
Yes.
Rhea Shine has it blocked by Wenger. Not that there aren't in Hawaii and Alaska. I think you were close, from what I hear.
My mom said I was close.
That's what I heard it from. Morales with the flip, and it's knocked away. Kick ball, and that'll take us to the media timeout. We got 4:46 to go here in the half. All Vikings so far.
The large red rabbit sculpture is wondrous. Upon closer inspection, I believe it to be overdue for a dusting. My coffee was artisanal and delicious. Tobias C., Berkeley, California.
Thanks, Tobias. We're working every day to make sure your travel from our airport is as drama-free as possible. And we appreciate your feedback.
This is the look of a little girl whose organs were shutting down as she was growing up. A little girl who found her spotlight when she found her specialist. Choose the care that changes your story. Choose UC Davis Health.
Officially, it's a fridge full of beer. Unofficially, it's free AC. Coors Light, the official beer of everything unofficial.
The world's come to expect great things from UC Davis. The bold, the daring, the big ideas that do more than address today. They solve for tomorrow. As we look forward, we look to you. We're asking you to think bigger than what's possible of an individual, to make a greater difference with us. Expect greater from UC Davis for the world.
UC Davis makes the world a better place in so many ways. What? Name one? We'll give you 5. We practically invented the plug-in hybrid. We've treated burnt animals with bandages made of fish skin. Prohibition almost killed California wine. We brought it back. We developed the world's first whole-body scanner. In this unassuming building, a 20th century art movement was born. From the cars you drive to the wine you drink, it's all in a day's work at UC Davis.
Hey, look! Some former Aggies are in the house tonight. There's associate coach Des Abeda sitting in the middle, and then Danny Naffick and Morgan Birch, your former teammates, Kayla.
Yes, 3 legends right there. Love them all.
Danny's sitting next to Des, and of course the great Morgan Birch sitting there on the right, the WNBA star Morgan Birch. Just finished off a terrific season with the Chicago Sky, made it to the playoffs. This jump shot misses, and Megan Norris with the board. And Campbell Gray just threw it over the head of Lena Svanholm. Out of bounds, the ball goes back to the Vikings. So unfortunately, that's Been a common theme of the first half. That's 9 turnovers for the Aggies with 4:24 remaining here in the second quarter.
On that one, I think Campbell was looking to pass the whole time. You gotta, if you're in transition, you gotta get to the basket, make a move or something, because that's how you create turnovers if you're just looking to pass the whole time.
Another three for Mia Ohila, who, like I said, she only went 6 for 44 on threes a season ago. She's now made both that she's taken in this game alone. Yeah, you can tell the Aggies just still searching on this end. Another pass that Portland State gets in the way of, and they force the 10th turnover of the night against the Aggies. I mean, the Aggies are forcing giveaways themselves. That's 7 turnovers against Portland State, but they are shooting 67%, and they're getting to the line. They almost give it away again, but it's still in play, and Turner comes away with it. Turner on the hesitation gets bumped by Alea Fitzgerald, and there's the first foul against Portland State, and it comes with 3:28 remaining here in the half. And Kayla, we were talking during the break about what makes this zone so difficult to play against. You get a look at the foul against Fitzgerald, is that they kind of give you multiple looks and they disguise things well, where things that you are used to being available against zones, as Harris misses a 3, it's not open as much as you think it is.
Right, they always have someone covering the free throw line, and that person also comes out to the 3, so there's a lot of bumping in the defense. So when there's bumping, it can be hard to know what pass is going to be open next, especially if they're going to come out and fake and then go back. So they just, like I said before, they need to do the pump fakes, and they just need to get it into the high post when that high post defender's not there.
That's the second foul against Mia Ohila. Vic Baker's first minutes of the night. The Aggies have Burns, Svanholm, Baker, Turner, and Megan Norris.
I think Davis is lacking some energy right now, so hopefully Victoria can bring some of that.
That's what she does best, Vic Baker. Unbelievably, in the last game, he's got another foul called against the Vikings. Vic Baker played 15 minutes and fouled out against Academy of Art.
A foul per 3 minutes. Math.
That is why you are getting your master's, Kayla.
Excuse me, my doctorate.
That's what I said. Turner misses that off the back rim. And here comes Portland State. To the line they go again. Burns is called for it. And Torres Kahapea will go to the line. Just going back to, as we get a look at the foul, the 3 players that are sitting on the baseline, former players, all of them. Dezabeta and Danny Naffick and Morgan Birch. Des, by the way, teammates with Jen Gross when they were in college playing basketball, and was an assistant for a long time under Jen. Des is now coaching Sonoma State.
Which is awesome. I love Des. She's a great coach. She's always someone that's going to motivate you and is super positive. She really wants the best for you. So I'm really happy for her that she's in the position that she is now.
And obviously all of the coaches are very popular with the UC Davis women's basketball team, but Des is an extremely gregarious personality, and she is now in her 2nd season as head coach of Sonoma State, and is going to do a great job with that program, already has. Here comes Lena Svanholm in deep on Ogele, missed that one. 7-0 run for the Vikings. It's the offense for the Aggies where the faucet's been turned off. Morales, hard crossover to her left hand, got fouled, and is going to the line. Tell the skill that Esmeralda Morales has. He averaged 16 points a game a season ago, the junior from Spanaway, Washington. And you're going to see Mozzie Harris flying in from the left of your screen on that contest. Morales hits the first. Des was a part of a coaching staff that was the longest tenured in Division I. prior to last year when Bele Giannotti came on board. Now this year, Bele has moved to the director of basketball operations position. The longtime Dobo for the Aggies, Stephanie Shadwell, has left for another position within the athletic department as Turner misses a three. And now in the open floor, Fitzgerald with a run out. And the Aggies have added another new assistant. Timeout called by Jen Gross to stop what's now a 10-0 run for Portland State. We're going to keep it here. Vicky Baugh is the new assistant coach on the Aggie staff. The former Sac High great.
I did not know that.
New blood on the Aggie coaching staff, yeah. As we get a look here, Portland State in transition today as we transition back to on the court, Kayla. Obviously, things not going right for the Aggies on offense, but Portland State on the other end seems to be getting a lot of what they want and getting to the spots on the floor where they want to go. And like we've been talking about, it hasn't helped that the Aggies have been in the penalty for most of the second quarter.
Portland's just determined right now, and I think Davis is getting to them a little. So Portland's doing a great job of continuing to push the ball, and they're also bringing it on defense. So when you got a team that's bringing it on both ends, and it's a little lackluster for Davis right now, so that can be hard. So right now what they need to do is they just need to focus on getting a stop, then focus on getting a score. Right now you can't just focus on one thing.
Yeah, they just got to string some of those type of possessions together and see if they can make an indent in the final stage of this first half. Megan Norris gets to her left hand and only got the glass. Baker, though, forces a turnover in the backcourt. That's the energy we're talking about to the back-cutting Epps. Just couldn't finish it, and that is the half it's been for the Aggies. Epps has had some good looks. She is a flashy player, Nia Epps. Really energetic, just hasn't been able to get the finishing touch today. Meanwhile, somebody that has is Rima Ogele. How about a 9 for 9 first half for Ogele? She's got 18 points.
Super impressive, and she's doing it on both ends too. As you watch her play defense, she's super active. She's following the ball and putting a lot of pressure on Norris to score.
She's really been like an anchor of this zone for Portland State. We got a missed three from Epps, but a foul that'll keep it on this end. That is the last one to give for the Vikings in the final minute of the first half. Like I said, Ogele is one of the returning starters for the Vikings. He only averaged 5 points a game last season, but you couldn't tell tonight. 18 points for her. Baker kicks it. Turner gets a pretty good look. Short. A fight for the loose ball, and Ogele inhales it. They throw a baseball pass down the floor. Fitzgerald tracks it down and gets the foul call. And we'll see if we get another look. Jen Gross certainly disagrees. And that'll send Fitzgerald to the free throw line. All right, Kayla. Time to put on your referee hat. First of all, a beautiful pass by Morales to hit Fitzgerald on the run.
I'm going to say it. That was soft. That will be my new trademark.
That was
for
soft?
the season. Yes, when I don't agree with the ref.
Okay. You heard it here first.
Like, that was easy button. That was soft button. Personally.
All right.
But I'm open to I'm open to ideas.
We might have to workshop it off the air. I'm glad you can be flexible, though. But, yeah, it's good. I guess they said that Epps wasn't in legal guarding position. You'll see that happen. They'll call fouls when you're not facing the attacker, even if there's not a lot of contact. And that seemed to be the case there. The lead suddenly has ballooned to 21, but this will help for UC Davis. We got a foul far away from the hoop against Torres Kahapea. And that'll send Vic Baker to the stripe. Aggies in the bonus. Overall, for Portland State, it's a 17-2 run in the last 6.5 minutes. Aggies have not scored in the final 5 minutes and 45 seconds of the half. Baker comes up empty on the free throws. Morales hounded across midcourt. Now the Aggies are in the penalty. Baker has to be careful. And now she relaxes after Morales breaks the press. Morales curves around her with the left hand, couldn't hit. Ogele fights for it along with Baker. A nasty collision. And we've got I don't think there was a foul call. I think it's just out of bounds against Portland State. This was a Vic Baker possession right here. She's everywhere. Glad she's okay. Her head kind of got hit into the ground. 10 seconds left. This is the biggest lead of the night for the Vikings. See if the Yanks can close it out strong. Mozzie Harris gets a clean look. And that will take us to the end of half number one, 19. And obviously we talk about a lot about what the Aggies can do, but this is your first chance to get a look at Portland State, and they're a pretty talented bunch.
Yeah, I think that maturity piece and coming into this game, it's their first game of the season, and they're just fired up right now, and you can tell that they're well-seasoned players on the court right now.
Yeah, often you see a team that is playing their first game. It takes them a while to get warmed up and get back into game shape, but it's actually the Aggies who have played a game prior to this, not Portland State. Sable in and out. So Tova has not scored today. She's 0 for 4, and Turner is 1 for 6. So you got two of the best scorers in the Big West, a combined 1 for 10, and meanwhile Morales stripes a 3. And unfortunately for UC Davis, the second half starting much the way the first half did. Morales now with 7 points, make it 10 after that triple. Norris comes up empty. Bodies on the deck. Norris had it for a minute. Now Burns is down there, and the arrow and the hustle from Burns is going to keep it with UC Davis.
Good job on Sydney keeping that hustle play going. Even though, you know, shots aren't falling on offense, when you have players getting on the floor like that, that can fire up the team.
Yeah, Sydney Burns, she seems to be on the deck a lot fighting for loose balls. Almost a giveaway on the inbounds, but Burns able to secure it. Turner, see if she can get herself going. She buries that one. A 24-point deficit for UC Davis. If they can come back, this would be the biggest comeback in UC Davis history. And they got a long way to go. Morales off a ball screen, flips it on a skip pass to Fitzgerald. Missed that one. Pretty nice find, though, on the opposite side to a good shooter. Turner in transition. Can she hit another? You bet. And Chelsea Gregg quickly uses a timeout. She does not want to see one of the best shooters in the country get going. 2 in a row for Turner. She's got 3 threes today, and the lead is 18 for Portland State.
How'd you get that mixed with your combo?
These fries and rings?
At BK, you can build your combo.
Frozen Coke, too?
Yep, sides and drinks, too. BK, have it your way. Yeah.
Light up your holidays for less at Target. Studies show that up to 94% of female C-level executives played sports. That's why Bridgestone is partnering with professional football teams across the country to sponsor girls' flag football leagues, bringing new opportunities to those that need it most. Because learning to catch and dodge matters. But learning to lead on the field so you can lead in any field. That's what really matters.
There's a saying in Louisiana that's been handed down for generations. Pass a good time. It means whenever friends and family get together, good times and good food is definitely on the table. Tony Chachere's famous Creole seasoning has always been part of that celebration. Whether it's in the kitchen or at the table, it adds authentic Louisiana flavor to your favorite foods and smiles to your favorite faces. So remember to pass a good time. And the Tony Chachere's. Tony Chachere's makes everything taste great.
We're building a better postal service for more on-time deliveries and easier, affordable ways to ship so you can deliver even more holiday joy. The United States Postal Service, delivering for America.
What do you get from the Morgan Stanley client experience? Listening more than talking, and a personalized plan to guide you through a changing world.
Evan Turner has hit 2 straight threes. Last year, she made the most threes in a season. Or actually, she became the all-time leading three-point shooter in the history of UC Davis women's basketball. As prolific a scorer that has ever passed through this program. Maybe the only better scorer than her is sitting down on the baseline right now for the Aggies. That's Morgan Birch, who leads all of UC Davis basketball, men's or women's, in points scored in a career. Meanwhile, back to work goes Ogele. She's got 20. She's only missed 1 shot. She's 10 for 11. Burns gets fouled in the backcourt by Uhila. 20 and 7 for Ogele. Here's the foul. That's clear as day on Morales, or Uhila rather. A lot of juniors on this Portland State team. Ohila is one of them. They only have 1 senior, though. Aggies trying to build some offensive momentum after the 2 Turner threes. Norris couldn't catch it, and it ends in a turnover. And that type of day for the Aggies. Norris does have 8 points, but now 3 for 7 shooting. That's a dozen turnovers on the evening for UC Davis. Ogele in her office gets doubled backside and finds the shooter Morales, who misses the triple. And a foul on the rebound. And they called it against Mozzie Harris. And that's much to the chagrin of the Aggie bench and Mozzie Harris. Morales with a head of steam off the dribble handoff. Kicks it out to a popping Fitzgerald, in and out. Aggies are shooting just 28% for the game. Sable in the corner. That is her first make of the night. First three-pointer for Tova Sable. First points. He averaged 12 points a game last year. Both Turner and Sable, both preseason all-conference. Morales to the rim and 1. Nice finish by one of the best in the Big Sky. Esmeralda Morales absorbing the contact from Mozzie Harris. A nice crossover. And the junior will be shooting shooting 1 to convert a 3-point play. Chelsea Gregg has her Vikings coming out of the gate smoking hot to begin the season. They're shooting 59% for the game. Burns lobs it, nice high-low. Svanholm with the left hand.
Every time. I mean, Lena's taller than most of the girls out there, so when the passes are good, when they're high, she's going to make those shots, I think. In the beginning of the game, they were passing it really low.
Morales short on a deep triple. And there's not many players taller than her in all of basketball, Lena Svanholm. Sable the other end. Count it. Is this the moment the Aggies head on a run? Sable in the open floor. She's such a dangerous score at multiple levels of the defense and in transition. Back to Lena. She is
7'2".
well,
just kidding.
Almost 6'6". She's the second tallest player in Aggie basketball history. I think, Kayla, you were a close third?
I was actually first place.
Oh,
Thank
wow. I didn't know.
much.
You must have had a growth spurt when I wasn't looking.
And then I shrunk. Back problems.
Yeah, it happens to the best of us. Burns in the corner after the Aggies got the offensive rebound, and Svanholm cleans it up. Aggies have gone 6 for their last 6. Now can they get a stop? 14-point lead for the Vikings. It's been as big as 24. Cinco McCartney. On the handoff, Fitzgerald. Aggie defense has picked up here. One of their better possessions of the night. It's not over yet, though. Fitzgerald with 3 to shoot. Whips it out. McCartney, one more. This will count. Only got the glass. And that is a violation. Torres Kahapua could not drill it. And what did the Aggies do so well defensively on that trip, Kayla?
I think the communication was there. They were switching when they were supposed to, and they were keeping their hands back. When you try to play them up tight, they're a quick team. They can get by you, so adjusting your positioning on defense is key.
Aggies were communicating well on the other end. Sable! It's an 11-point game. The Aggies have trimmed 13 points off of the deficit, and Tova Sable is starting to cook. Foul off the ball. It is going against UC Davis. It is Svanholm. Actually, check that. They're going to call this on Burns. And that is her 4th. So Sydney picks up the foul, and they did change it. The foul has been changed to Svanholm. That's Svanholm's first, but the Aggies on a 9-0 run. Timeout on the floor.
This is the look of a little girl whose organs were shutting down as she was growing up. A little girl who found her spotlight when she found her specialist. Choose the care that changes your story. Choose UC Davis Health.
Hey, grab me one too.
We're the Greens. Our family is just like any other family.
Quiet on set!
Okay, maybe not. But just like every family, we need banking solutions that work for the way we live. And ICCU has everything we need. We're looking forward to showing you how it works for us. Excuse me.
Mother Lode Van and Storage is an award-winning moving company and the official mover of UC Davis football. Mother Lode is a local, family-owned and operated moving company that is also an agent for North American Van Lines. With over 65 years of experience and servicing over 200,000 customers, they have an entire fleet of modern trucks, highly trained and professional employees, and a secure warehouse for your storage. Call Mother Lode Van and Storage today for all your moving and storage needs, local or long distance.
Oh, a 9-0 run from UC Davis. They've hit 7 of their last 8 shots. It's been ignited by Tova Sable, who didn't score for the entire first half and the beginning part of this third quarter, but she has suddenly caught fire with 8 straight points. Turner also with 9, and a 24-point deficit has been turned into an 11-point haul. Still a ways to go, though, for UC Davis, but they have stayed in the ball game after Portland State was threatening pulling away. Wenger, down to ground goes Sable, and it's an offensive foul. She's doing it on both ends.
That's a great heads-up play by Tova, knowing where she is on the court, especially with the circle down low. It can get a little sketchy down there, so good play by her.
Is that something that was communicated in one of the huddles, that you have an opportunity to take a charge when one of their post players touches the ball?
That's always, yes.
Mozzie Harris misses a 3.
Especially when you got active posts like Portland does, and they're doing spin moves here, spin moves. That's what their go-to move. So a heads up, you don't want to do it every time, so it's important to choose the right moment, and Tova did that.
And the Aggies almost force another steal. Here she goes again, defending the post. Wenger with a turnaround short, and Sable clears it. Up the floor, Svanholm, and the foul.
Throwing it high, throwing it high.
There are not many players in the nation that can catch the ball where Svanholm can. And also, Kayla, the Aggies are getting out and running, and they are looking for these look-aheads.
Davis is starting to do what Portland was doing to them in the first half, so now that they're capitalizing on it, they're getting buckets out of it, and ones. That was a hard thing for them to get in the beginning. They weren't getting a lot of fouls, so they weren't making it to the free throw line.
And how about Lena? 9 points. She's been able to finish through contact. And it is suddenly a single-digit game. 15 points off of the biggest lead for Portland State. Ball fumbled around by Ohila. It's loose inside. What's the call here? I think we have a timeout. Timeout called by Portland State after Ogele nearly fumbled it away. So Portland State's lead is down to just 8. Pretty remarkable comeback for the Aggies. They have scored 21 points here in the third quarter, and we still have 3 minutes and 36 seconds. And you certainly notice, Kayla, play like this, the energy level has definitely picked up. I'm actually surprised that Portland State even got the timeout called there. They didn't have possession for very long, but that does save the trip. But we've talked about Aggies getting out and running, getting to their spots. Any other changes you're seeing from them that's allowed them to go on this long run, and especially on offense, get things going?
Well, I'm pretty sure they don't have as many turnovers as last quarter. So, I mean, that's huge. So they're taking the care of the ball. They're making the smart passes. And I think because they're making shots now, they're feeling more confident. So once you're making shots, you're feeling confident in your passing and your defense and so on and so forth.
Yeah, the Aggies only have 1 turnover this entire quarter. Ogele missed the first one, got it back, and was fouled by Svanholm. So you're saying that helps?
Yes.
Aggies are 8 for 12 here in the third quarter.
And the fouls are more even.
Yeah, 4 fouls each now. Ogele at the line. Last year, only 65% from the stripe. It's a 12-0 run for UC Davis. Just an offensive explosion. They've already scored more points in this quarter than they did all the first half. 21 in the quarter, 20 in the first half, and Ogele misses both. This game has swung in a hurry. Svanholm in the middle of the zone. Ball popping around now. Turner. And Morales lassos it in. Burns fell down, McCartney left open, and that's an important shot for the Vikings. First points in about 3.5 minutes. Svanholm, mid-range. It just seems like the Vikings zone is a lot more stretched here in the third quarter.
Well, now that they pulled Tova and Evan on the same side, 2 shooters on one side, Portland has to be a little more focused, so that cross pass was there for Alina, and that's Lena's shot.
Ogele, difficult finish. What a debut to the season for Rima Ogele. She's got 22. It helps also you have a big like Lena that, like you said, that's her shot, that little 10-footer in the lane, and she can shoot it from outside as well. Somebody you have to respect from out there. Sable knocks it down. As Portland say, have they switched into a man defense of late? We'll check it out. I thought I saw that.
We'll take a look.
Okay, let's take a look next possession. Morales to Ogele. She fumbles it. Epps, good help side defense. Here come the Aggies racing the other way. Turner in semi-transition sets up Sable. Thought about the 3, now fires away short. And Morales with the clear.
I wasn't able to check it out that
Okay,
last time.
Kayla,
Sorry,
just keep
Greg.
tabs on that, okay? Yeah, thank you. Back down to an 8-point game. Again, this 24-point deficit, this would be the biggest comeback in Aggie history. Burns knocks it free. We've got an offensive foul. Tova Sable does it again. .125 to go. It's a 25-point third quarter. And I think with the free arm, she might have elbowed Tova.
I'm not too sure, Greg.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know basketball better than me, Kayla.
I think it was just a little trip up there.
Okay.
But
Aggies will take it.
what do I know?
Yeah, well, you played basketball here at Davis for 5 years, you know?
And I checked out their defense. They're still in the same zone.
Okay,
No
still
man.
zone. And a rare turnover, only the second giveaway for the Aggies here in the quarter. Morales hands off. Uhila. They have really cooled off, but now a second chance. And it's McCartney who cleans it up. Yeah, they're still in zone, Kayla.
Thanks,
I was
Greg.
just asking
Thanks
the
for
question.
the confirmation.
Sable wide open. Tipped up, Epps with the hustle. Sets up Turner. This will count. A 3. The Aggies with a 28-point surge here in the third quarter. Just an avalanche to get back in the ball game. And Evan Turner with a dozen. It's her third 3 of the third. Morales is bumped by Burns, and that's an unfortunate one to give up because it'll send Portland State to the free throw line. Aggies are over the limit. It's also Burns' 4th. So Sydney, not often in foul trouble, but today she is. She also has 7 assists. She had 8 assists her last game, which tied her career high. Morales, a terrific free thrower at the line. A dozen points for her. Aggies are still shooting only 38%. Portland State still 55%. But when you score 28 in the third quarter, that can neutralize a lot of their offense. Turner goes behind her back, and it's stripped by Morales. This will count, and that'll take us to the 8 points in the third. And Tova Sable, Evan Turner, who else were the ones that ignited it? First here, the hustle from Nia Epps to set up Evan Turner. And she stripes her 4th 3 of the contest. And really was all set up by the hustle of Nia Epps.
Yeah, in the beginning, they weren't really getting the shots that they wanted just with the passes. So now it's time to bring in the hustle plays. You need a rebound. Crashing the boards is what's going to get you that next shot.
We saw Burns do that a lot in the third quarter. Nia Epps, the Aggies were the first to lose balls in that frame. But now they need another great quarter to finish off this incredible comeback. They're still down 9, and guess who? On the offensive glass after the Morales miss, Ogele will be shooting 2 more. That's a double-double now, 22 and 10 for Rima Ogele. And she has a chance to add to her point total tonight, 11 for 13. Aggies have just not had an answer. But she hasn't helped herself at the line. She's 0 for 3. Again, she only averaged 5 points a game last season. Off the mark again. McCartney tried to fight for the loose ball, almost had the rebound, but could only bat it away. Aggies are out rebounding. Actually, both teams are pretty even in the rebounding department. Portland State 29 rebounds, Aggies 28. Sable attacks quickly. Loops it back to Turner. Baker stops for a pull-up. This kind of what you're talking about, Kayla, in the first quarter is that when you play a zone, it kind of hits you pretty violently. But as the game goes on, you slowly learn how to play against, and it seems like that's what's happening to the Aggies as McCartney misses, and the ball will go back to UC Davis.
I think with their dribbling too, like that one for Victoria, it was a hard 2 dribbles and then a pull-up. They weren't trying to dribble too much into the key, and that's where they were getting the turnovers before, so they've made that adjustment there.
Just, yeah, a lot more decisive, everybody more intentional with their action. Turner. Svanholm, that's her sweet spot. Can't hit that time, and Ogele with a rebound. Aggie still with a little more work to do to get to the top of the mountain. Baker is called. No, it's going the other way. Ogele is called for the moving screen. Baker was running full speed through that pick. All right, Kayla, what do you think?
I feel like it could have gone the other way.
The contact was severe, but maybe that's why the foul was called. Epps with a miss. Baker on the glass, rushed the putback though. You like the energy, although you never have to worry about that with Vic Baker. And now Portland State trying to run it back, almost a carry. Now a no-look pass to the corner, missing the 3, Fitzgerald. And another 0 board for Portland State. They're starting to crash the boards harder here as we start the 4th. Torres Kahapea. And now it's Morales. They go under the pick. Morales for 3. Air ball. She's had a tough game. She's only 3 out of 11. And Chelsea Gregg and company just trying to hang on here for these final 8 minutes. They're only shooting 31% here in the second half. The Aggies are shooting 55%. And the scoreline reflects that. Again, UC Davis trailed by as much as 24 early in the third quarter. They swing it. Harris had an open look, passed it up. They go middle again, and Svanholm had it swatted away from behind. Uhila, the junior from Alaska. And back to Ogele. Is there an adjustment the Aggies need to make against her? Or is she just finishing with some tough shots? Turner is going to go to the free throw line. Nice find on another look ahead. And that'll get Turner to the free throw line.
I think 22 is just working really hard down there. She's getting in position, and tough foul right there, but she's getting in position and she's getting what she wants. So defense, you got to step it up. You just got to work harder, and you know, match the energy of 22.
24 points for her. She is called for that foul. I think on the replay, there wasn't much contact from her. It seems like Evan initiated most of it, but that's something that Evan is trying to make more of a part of her game this year, and that is get to the free throw line where she is so efficient. She makes both. O'Galey will get a breather. 7 minutes to go here in the fourth, and the Vikings still up 7. Torres Kahapea. High screen and roll. Whips it. Uhila. Hit a couple early. Missed that one. Sydney Burns playing with the 4 fouls. Aggies have got it down to 7. They haven't been able to get closer, though. Burns in the middle of the zone. Locates a wide open Tova Sable. Just rolled off. Good ball movement there again. Portland State setting it up. Svanholm's got a lot of playing time as the Aggies have made this run. Morales with a teardrop in the soft bounce. Definitely dangerous when she's the ball handler in the pick and roll. Almost a turnover. Uhila jumped to the passing lane, came up empty. Sable blocked from behind by Wenger, but fouled. And this will get Tova to the free throw line. Here's Tova just going right at, sucking up the empty space. Aggie bench ready to celebrate every moment the rest of the way as UC Davis trying to continue to climb the mountain. Sable goes 1 out of 2. 67% last year from the stripe. Greg Wong and Kayla Livingston with you. Under 6 to play fourth quarter, and the Aggies, who were trailing by 24 in the third quarter, are now only down 8. Against a tough Viking team, Sable trips. Svan almost got a hand on that, but Wenger missed the bunny. Here comes Turner, and Torres Kahapea thought she got all ball, but the foul is called. I think Turner unaware that she was that close behind her. All right, Kayla, what do you think? Oh, yeah.
She got in the armpit.
Yeah. All right, so that was the correct call.
Good eye, ref.
Burns almost knocked away. Turner able to secure it, and she is called for an offensive foul, and Evan is just bewildered. There wasn't much there from the naked eye, but a foul that will go the other way, and that kind of takes the air out of the balloon for UC Davis. And that's also 4 on the Aggie star, Turner. Morales working on Harris. Fitzgerald traveled. No doubt she hopped into that drive.
With a demonstration from the ref. Thank you.
Just so everybody in the arena knows. So that is a turnover. Ball goes back to the Aggies when we come back. It's been a slow start to this fourth quarter, but the Aggies very much alive here in game 2 of the season.
Get low prices and early Black Friday deals at Target.
How'd you get that mixed with your combo?
These fries and rings? At BK, you can build your combo.
Frozen Coke too?
Yep, sides and drinks too. BK, have it your way.
It's not just designed to look good. It's built to command attention. The new fully electric Audi Q8 e-tron models.
There's a saying in Louisiana that's been handed down for generations. Pass a good time. It means whenever friends and family get together, good times and good food is definitely on the table. Tony Chachere's famous Creole seasoning has always been part of that celebration. Whether it's in the kitchen or at the table, it adds authentic Louisiana flavor to your favorite foods and smiles to your favorite faces. So remember to pass a good time. And the Tony Chachere's. Tony Chachere's makes everything taste great.
We're building a better postal service for more on-time deliveries and easier, affordable ways to ship, so you can deliver even more holiday joy. The United States Postal Service, delivering for America.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. And get access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Well, we've talked a lot about what a great story Lena Svanholm is. She missed all of last season after tearing her ACL just weeks before the start of the year. They didn't know if she was going to be able to come back, both eligibility-wise and academically, but she got into the PhD program at UC Davis, and now in only her second game since returning in her 7th year in college, she's just been terrific, and she's gotten a lot of minutes here in the second half. Couldn't finish that one, and it's rebounded by Portland State. And Kale, I just want to get your thoughts on the game that Lena has put together today and just how impressive it is. She's doing this in only her second game since such a terrible injury she suffered last year.
Lena's a really hard worker, and she's in that gym every day, in the rehab gym, in the basketball gym, so she's put in the work and it's showing off, and I think she's just done a really good job of developing her game as she's been here, as she's been playing basketball. I mean, as a 7th year, she continues to grow, so it's been fun to play with her and also watch her play right now.
We have got a travel against Portland State, and it'll be UC Davis basketball. I mean, there's a reason why the Aggies have gone on this run with her on the floor mostly here in the second half. The door is open for the Aggies to get back in this game. They trail 8. Svanholm going to work. Nowhere to go, though, and she traveled. Moved that pivot foot. And Portland State, they've only scored 4 points here in the fourth quarter, but the Aggies have gotten bogged down again on offense. They're just 1 for 6 here in the fourth. Foul trouble for UC Davis. Mozzie Harris, Evan Turner, and Sydney Burns, who are all out there, all have 4 fouls. Morales trying to get away from Harris. Fitzgerald lobs the entry. Wenger. McCartney, nice little slip to Uhila, and that was a difficult finish. Aggies run it back, and the lead is back to 10. Again, this game has been there for the taking for the Aggies here in the fourth. They just have not been able to put the ball in the hoop here in the fourth quarter. They go high-low, and they turn it over. It was open again, but Sable's pass not on target. Perhaps a little miscommunication with where she thought Lena was going to be.
And some second guessing, I think, too. I think she really wants to score, and she's been hot, but then she sees Lena last minute, and it's hard when players are moving around fast and you're trying to get your shot as well.
And here's the last play by Portland State. There's a little nifty backhanded pass. We've got a timeout called by Jen Gross, and she'll try to diagram something up here for this final 3:34. Both teams have 2 timeouts left, and the lead is back to 10 for Portland State. Turner with 14, Sable with 11. As you are watching this fourth quarter, Kayla, is there things that the Aggies can do to try to wriggle free and generate some more open looks?
I feel like the energy that they had in the third quarter has gone away a little. So whatever they were saying in the huddle, whatever they were saying to each other, I think they need to bring back. And I think we haven't seen as much transition as we did in that third quarter. So continuing to push the ball. Shots aren't falling right now, but they just need to continue to take them.
That's tough, right? You have that long run of the third quarter. It takes a lot out of you.
Exactly, but I mean, fourth quarter, we got 3 minutes left. This is where you have to dig deep.
Here comes full court pressure. First time the Aggies have shown that look today. They get a steal. Turner can't hit. Offensive rebound, Sable. Baker has a clean look. Thought about it. She will take it. That's a three. She had about 5 seconds to think about whether she wanted to take it or not. And she finally decided to, and it was the right decision.
Hey, she was just making sure it was the right shot.
That's right. I mean, are you really not going to guard me? Okay. 7-point game again. Keeps the Aggies alive. It's fun just to watch her facial expressions throughout that whole process. Uhila gets a clean look, but nobody boxes out the shooter. Uhila gets it back, and then Baker reaches in. Yeah, Vic Baker, I think she's pointing to herself. She was one that should have shot, should have defended.
That was a three, Mississippi. That's okay. She made it.
Oh, my goodness. That was...
Hey, I've been in that position before, too.
That was a great look. Yeah. That's when she's going to replay a few times. And she buried the three, too. Morales is fouled on the side by Baker, and that is number 5 for UC Davis here in the fourth.
That's tough, too. You got 8 seconds left on the shot clock. You just want to defend for that last 8 seconds. You don't want to get them a new shot clock, and they're on the free throw line.
Yeah, definitely a frustrating one. Baker has a tendency to pick up fouls in bunches because of just how aggressive she is. But it's, in a lot of ways, you got to take that with all the good that she brings to the floor, because she really just has one speed, and that can be a huge benefit for UC Davis, as we've seen today. But it does send a terrific free throw shooter to the stripe in Morales, who is now 6 for 7 and stretches the lead back to 9. But definitely an encouraging half for UC Davis, no matter how it ends. Baker, nice pass, Burns, and jumping in front, Fitzgerald. Aggies get it right back, and Sydney Burns finishes. UC Davis sticking with the press. And this time, Portland State able to break it cleanly. Content to use clock. They're just trying to hang on for dear life, the Vikings. Outscored 38-22 here in the second half. 7 to shoot. Aggies force a turnover. This pressure has given the Vikings fits. Seven-point game. Every offensive trip so valuable now. Long skip pass, dangerous, but it finds Turner. Sable and Megan Norris going to work off the window. Aggies have trailed this entire night. This is the closest it's been since early in the first quarter, and Sable called for a tough one there on the side, and this again will get Portland State to the stripe. When you're in position like Tova Sable there in the press, Kayla, what are you trying to do there as we get a look at the replay of that last foul?
With the press, you're trying to take off time right now, and obviously we got a minute left, so you want to go for the steal, but you also have to be smart about it since they are going to the line. So I think Tova was just a little late there. Probably would have not attacked the player right there and backed up a little more to trap her in the corner.
And Fitzgerald goes 1 out of 2. So it's still a 2-possession game. Aggies very much alive, something you didn't think was possible early in the third when they trailed by 24. Turner with the ball. Now Burns flips it, nice catch, Norris! 4-point game. And Norris, who hasn't seen the floor as much since the first half, but pressed into duty here in the fourth quarter, and she's making the most of it. She's got a dozen, 5 for 9 shooting. And a timeout on the floor with 52 seconds to go, and the lead trimmed back to 4. So again, Kayla, coming out of this timeout, Aggies are going to set up the press first. We get a look at this play from UC Davis. Pretty nice find by Sydney Burns to set up Megan Norris. That's the 8th assist of the night for Sydney.
Right, Davis has made the adjustment. Sydney isn't out playing like your traditional point guard. She's gone in because she's such a good passer, and you see that in her 8 assists. So making that adjustment, they're getting more open shots, and she's able to find them as much as she can. Yeah, you tell the Aggies just want to get Sydney in position to play to her strengths. She is such an outstanding passer and scorer, and they're a nifty find to set up Norris. Now, UC Davis is going to have to press again. A 4-point lead for Portland State. We'll see if the Aggies try to play the possession out, if Portland State can break the press or they try to foul. But first, they'll try to force a turnover. Uhila, dangerous pass up the floor and tracked down by Morales. Aggies continuing the pressure. And Portland State breaks it nicely. Fitzgerald weaving around. Now Morales on the drive. Kicks it. McCartney. Shot clock down to 9. Portland State's been able to use a lot of clock. Morales, this would be a dagger. It is. Just a back-breaking trip by the Vikings. And the preseason MVP in the Big Sky might have just finished off UC Davis's hopes at a comeback with that triple. They got to get a shot up early. Sable fires away. It rolls off, and McCartney clears it, and that should just about do it. Aggies need to foul, and now they're just going to allow Portland State to dribble out the clock. They are going to apply the foul with 3 seconds. Well, it happened quick, and Kayla, the Aggies on that last possession a few trips ago, they got to stop there. It's game on. But Portland State does what they need to do. They bleed all the time, and they hit a 3. I think that just shows their maturity and the veterans on their team. They didn't get frazzled what was going on with the press. They stayed calm. They made smart passes, and you get a great shot. So, I mean, that's just a great camaraderie, I guess you could say, about the team that they have and that they're able to do that and seal the game.
Yeah, you look at players like Fitzgerald, Uhila, and the player at the line, Morales. Those are all juniors, and you could tell they stayed composed, and it wasn't pretty in the second half, but for Portland State, they're going to win on the road in game number 1 of the season, an impressive win at that against a tough Aggie team. Morales puts the finishing touches on this one, and that's it. Portland State wins in their opener, and the Aggies fought valiantly in the second half. They trailed in the